The 11th century marked a pivotal period in history with the arrival of the Turkic peoples in Asia Minor. These nomadic tribes, migrating from Central Asia, were drawn to the fertile lands of the Byzantine Empire. The Byzantines, already weakened by internal strife, struggled to contain the Turkic influx. The Battle of Manzikert in 1071 proved disastrous for the Byzantines, with the Seljuk Turks inflicting a crushing defeat. This victory opened the floodgates for further Turkic expansion into Anatolia, the heartland of the Byzantine Empire. The Seljuks, emboldened by their success, established their dominance over much of Asia Minor. They carved out a powerful sultanate, further undermining Byzantine authority. The arrival of the Turks fundamentally altered the political and cultural landscape of the region. It set the stage for centuries of conflict and interaction between the Turks, the remnants of the Byzantine Empire, and the emerging powers of Western Europe. The year 1453 witnessed one of the most significant events in human history, the fall of Constantinople. For centuries, the magnificent city of Constantinople had stood as the capital of the Byzantine Empire, a beacon of Christianity and a bastion against invaders from the east. However, the once mighty empire had been reduced to a shadow of its former glory, its territories gradually chipped away by the rising Ottoman Turks. Under the leadership of the ambitious Sultan Mehmed II, the Ottomans laid siege to Constantinople. Despite their dwindling resources, the Byzantines mounted a valiant defense, but the might of the Ottoman army and their superior firepower proved insurmountable. On May 29, 1453, Ottoman forces breached the city walls and Constantinople fell. The fall of this iconic city marked the end of the Byzantine Empire and sent shockwaves throughout Europe. It ushered in a new era dominated by the Ottoman Empire, a powerful Muslim state that would control vital trade routes and shape the destiny of southeastern Europe for centuries to come. With the capture of Constantinople, the Ottoman Empire established itself as a major power in the Mediterranean and beyond. The Ottomans, under a succession of ambitious sultans, embarked on a period of rapid expansion. They extended their rule across North Africa, the Middle East, and deep into Europe. Their military prowess, fueled by a formidable army and innovative tactics, seemed unstoppable. The Ottoman Empire was not merely a military force, it was a sophisticated state with a complex administrative system and a rich cultural tapestry. Under Ottoman rule, Constantinople, renamed Istanbul, flourished as a center of trade and learning. The empire's strategic location at the crossroads of East and West brought it great wealth and influence. However, the Ottomans' rise to power brought them into increasing contact and inevitably conflict with the emerging nations of Western Europe, particularly England. The 19th century witnessed the rise of nationalism across Europe, and the Greeks, under Ottoman rule for centuries, yearned for their own independent state. In 1821, the Greeks rose up in rebellion against Ottoman rule, sparking a bloody conflict known as the Greek War of Independence. The Greek cause resonated with many in Europe, who saw it as a struggle for freedom against tyranny. England, under the leadership of statesmen like George Canning, recognized the strategic importance of supporting the Greek rebels. A weakened Ottoman Empire, it was believed, would serve British interests in the region. Moreover, there was a strong sense of sympathy for the Greeks, fueled by a romanticized view of their ancient heritage and their struggle for liberation. England, along with Russia and France, intervened militarily on the side of the Greeks, ultimately securing their victory and the establishment of an independent Greek state. Section 5. The Great War, a world engulfed in conflict. The early 20th century witnessed the eruption of World War I, a global conflict that would reshape the political map of the world. The Ottoman Empire, once a formidable power, had entered a period of decline, weakened by internal strife and external pressures. Seeking to regain its former glory, the Ottoman leadership made the fateful decision to ally itself with the Central Powers of Germany and Austria-Hungary. This alliance pitted the Ottoman Empire against the Allied powers, which included England, France, and Russia. The war in the Middle East became a complex and brutal affair, with the Ottoman Empire fighting on multiple fronts against both internal and external enemies. The British, recognizing the strategic importance of the region, sought to undermine Ottoman power and secure their own interests. Section 6, Lawrence of Arabia and the Arab Revolt. In the midst of the chaos of World War I, a young British intelligence officer named T.E. Lawrence, later immortalized as Lawrence of Arabia, played a pivotal role in the Allied war effort in the Middle East. Lawrence, a scholar and adventurer with a deep understanding of Arab culture, recognized the potential of inciting an Arab revolt against Ottoman rule. Lawrence forged a close relationship with Arab leaders, including Emir Faisal of the Hashemite family. He encouraged them to unite against their Ottoman overlords and promised British support for their aspirations of independence. Lawrence's charisma, diplomacy and military acumen proved instrumental in mobilizing Arab tribes and coordinating their attacks against Ottoman forces. Section 7, Shifting Sands. The collapse of the Ottoman Empire. The Arab Revolt, orchestrated in part by Lawrence, proved to be a significant turning point in the war in the Middle East. Arab forces, with British support, launched a series of successful attacks against Ottoman positions, weakening their grip on the region. The capture of the port city of Aqaba in 1917, a strategic victory orchestrated by Lawrence and his Arab allies, dealt a major blow to the Ottoman war effort. As the war dragged on, the Ottoman Empire, already on the brink of collapse, faced mounting defeats and internal unrest. The Allied forces, bolstered by the Arab Revolt, continued to push back against Ottoman forces. In 1918, Damascus, the ancient Syrian city, fell to the combined forces of the Arab rebels and British troops, marking the effective end of Ottoman rule in the Levant. Section 8, the Mandate System and its Aftermath. With the end of World War I, the victorious Allied powers set about redrawing the map of the Middle East. The Ottoman Empire, defeated and dismantled, was carved up into various territories placed under the control of Great Britain and France under the auspices of the League of Nations Mandate System. This system, intended as a temporary measure to guide these territories towards independence, proved to be highly controversial. Great Britain gained control of Palestine, Transjordan, later Jordan, and Iraq, while France was granted mandates over Syria and Lebanon. The imposition of the mandate system, seen by many Arabs as a betrayal of wartime promises of independence, sowed the seeds of future conflicts and instability in the region. The arbitrary borders drawn by the European powers, often with little regard for existing ethnic and religious divisions, created lasting tensions that continue to resonate to this day. Section 9. Echoes of the Past, Turkey and England in the Modern World. The complex history of conflict and cooperation between the Turks and England has left an indelible mark on the geopolitical landscape of the 21st century. While the days of direct military confrontations between the two nations are largely in the past, their relationship continues to be shaped by the echoes of these historical encounters. Turkey, a rising power in its own right, plays an increasingly assertive role in regional and global affairs, often pursuing interests that diverge from those of the West. The legacy of the Ottoman Empire, the memory of past conflicts, and the ongoing complexities of the Middle East continue to influence the dynamics between Turkey and England. From the ongoing Syrian civil war to the challenges of migration and terrorism, both nations find themselves grappling with the consequences of this shared history. Understanding the long and intricate relationship between the Turks and England is essential for navigating the complexities of the modern Middle East and addressing the challenges that lie ahead.